If you want to start a business, you have to know, first of all, what business it is that you want to get into. Number two, you need to decide who you're going to serve. Thirdly, you will need to know what problem that you solve because people pay you to solve a problem. So you need to decide what problem you would like to solve. And fourthly, you need to decide what solution will you provide your potential audience or customers with, or clients if you're coaching, or if you're selling a product. What product can you produce that can be the answer to your potential customer? These questions needs to be answered before you even open your doors, before you even open or create your website, before you even think about branding, what your colors are going to be, what is your logo going to be. You also need to determine what your business identity is. Like, what is your unique selling position? What do you stand for? What is your company values? And you also need to know, once you know who your audience is, then one of the other things that goes along with that is you have to determine where they hang out online. Because you don't need to be on every social media platform. You will drive yourself batty. Are your ideal customers on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat? Where are they? So you have to determine these things based on your audience and where they hang out at. And I recommend that you choose in the beginning at least one platform, master that platform, and then you can begin to scale your social media presence as your business progresses and starts to take off. And then you can add on a second social media platform. I don't recommend you be all over the place because it's exhausting. I've tried that and it's exhausting. So even though your ideal clients may be on many of these platforms that I mentioned, that doesn't mean you have to be in all the places and doing all the things. No. When you're starting off, like I said, one platform is probably the best thing to do and master that as much as you can. Leverage it as much as you can. Then, if you want to scale more and reach more people, then I would suggest you add on just one more social media platform where your ideal clients hang out at and get yourself in front of them. And the other thing I want to say is, don't make the mistake like I did. Do not start a business because you need to make money. No, you're starting off with the wrong mindset. You truly have to be wanting to be of service to people. You're not called to serve everyone because when you try to do that, you're really reaching absolutely no one. You're throwing spaghetti at the wall and it's not sticking. Ask me how I know. You have to determine who you are called to serve and serve them diligently and faithfully. And when you solve those problems that they're having, one problem at a time, because nobody just has one problem, but what is that one problem you want to focus on that you believe that God has given you the answer, the solution to? Then you start with that and then you move in that. You get that down pat. You create an offer for them. Something, give them to build your email address. That's the other thing you have to do. Now, I'm going to backtrack. Before you do any of the things that I've already said, Okay? Once you determine who your audience is, the next thing you need to do is start building your email list early. Don't wait. Start building your email list. And I'm sure if you've been on the internet any time, you've signed up to get free information from people. You have to do that also. But it's not just any free information. Again, you want to address your audience and knowing what they need or want, what their problem is. So your lead magnet or your freebie needs to be something to address that need. And it doesn't have to be a long, drawn out thing. You can do a PDF, you could do a checklist, you could do a video, really some tips, something like that. Something real simple. And it could be a one page, a checklist, or something like that. But it has to solve your customer's problem that they're currently having. And that you will offer that them for free in exchange for their email address. And once you do that, you're starting to build your email list. And so you want to, in your social media platforms that you decide that you want to go on, you market that freebie every day, every week. You're putting that out there and for your ideal customers or clients. And every time someone signs up, you are building your email list. And we'll talk about these things. Um, all the things that I've mentioned in here, I'll discuss at a later date. But in the meantime, take notes, write these things down, and start brainstorming and just writing things, getting things down on paper. And I'm going to go through each and every one of these things that I mentioned, and probably some things I might have forgotten to mention. I will also mention those things and discuss it. So you'll be well on your way to establishing a business that is the foundation is really built strongly from the beginning. So it's better to build the foundation when you're building anything. Of course, you know this. No one just builds a house and it's all beautiful and we live in it and stuff like that. No, you have to build your strong foundation. And a strong foundation consists of a lot of things. So you have to build your foundation first. And a lot of the things that I've already mentioned are the foundational things to building a business. And it starts with knowing your potential, who your customer or client is, what problems they have, what problem or solution are you bringing to the table, building that email list. Then we start talking about, then you can start making your house beautiful, meaning your business, with the branding, the colors, and all the fonts, all that stuff. Because honestly, your customers or clients not caring about that right now. They're hurting, they're in pain, and if you offer them a solution, all they care about is you alleviating that pain through the solution that you are offering to them. So be cognizant of that. And again, I have to reiterate: do not start a business just because you need money to pay the bills. Have something stronger than that that drives you every day, because that is not a sustainable motivation. It really isn't. It'll work. You may make money and be able to do. After a while, you're not going to be fulfilled because you might be doing it just for money and not for anything else. And no one keeps doing something forever and they're not getting anything out of it. Even on a 9 to 5 job or 8 to 4, whatever, that a regular, quote unquote, regular job, you know the feeling. I'm sure you've been on worked a job before where you hate it and you was just doing it for the money. How did that make you feel? Well, starting a business is no different. If you have that same kind of motive that you just starting a business just to pay the bills, you're going to be miserable. And you're going to feel like you're in the same situation. You're in a job working for someone else. So your mindset has to change. Your motivation has to be pure. You have to really care about the people that you say you want to help. And that has to be your motivation, because when you sincerely do that, everything will fall in place.